What's going on, guys? Nanu Garage here. Today I'm checking out this 2019 Lexus GSF, and I'm going to tell you guys why I love this car. So this Lexus GSF here is equipped with a 5-liter naturally aspirated V8, and that's something I love so much about this car. Naturally aspirated power is just a dying art, and I absolutely love naturally aspirated cars because of their power delivery. So let's take a look at what's under that hood. So this right here is underneath the hood of the Lexus GSF. This car, like I said earlier, has 467 horsepower, and it also has 389 pound-feet of torque. And like I said earlier, it is naturally aspirated, and it's a 5.0 liter V8. So this car, it feels so awesome when you're driving it. The naturally aspirated power delivery, the way the power comes, and I'll show you guys that later when I throw on the POV head mount. But yeah, that's the engine, and now let's talk about the gas mileage. So this car gets 16 miles per gallon in city and 24 on highway. This also has an 8-speed automatic transmission. Now I'm gonna get into the next thing that I love about this GSF, which is just how amazing it is all around as a car, and how you could daily drive it, and it's probably on the top of my list of daily drivers. So now you guys may be thinking, this has a 5.0 liter V8 stashed under the hood. Wouldn't it feel pretty rumbly and rough all the time? I would say no. This car is absolutely perfect. As soon as you put it into the Sport or Sport Plus mode out of the Eco and Normal modes, this car is like it wakes up and it transforms in a totally different beast. Kind of like the Transformers movie. Turns into a whole different car, which is so awesome. And I'll show you guys that very soon. So now that I told you guys how smooth the engine can be and how it can wake up to become a beast, now I'm going to show you the interior and how luxurious this car is. Alright, so now coming into the interior of the car, we've got our carbon fiber down over here with our awesome blue stitching that consists all around the vehicle, along with the Alcantara insert right over here. Then coming in, we got the beautiful F seats. So you can see GSF, it has the F logo right there. And these are extremely comfortable to drive in. You would never think that they look this way or they hug you this way by the way they look. And then you got your carbon fiber all along here and across the dash over here. And then on our wheel underneath here, we got blue stitching, blue and white stitching all around, which has a nice touch of the blue accents along with the blue on the F logo. And then our shifting gear selector has blue stitching too, and around here has our blue stitching too. And then we got our Alcantara right over here and on the center armrest over here. And just take a look at how awesome these seats look. Along with this perforated leather wheel, it feels very great. Then also these paddle shifters right here have blue on the minus and the plus. So now a nice little touch is, as you can see right down there, it's still light outside so you can't see it that well, but it says Lexus right there, and it's reflecting from right over here, which is super awesome looking. And then also the pedals all finished in an aluminum. So yeah, everything about this car just screams high quality. It feels so premium and so solid around the vehicle, and it leaves me blown away how awesome it really feels every single time you step into this vehicle. Alright, so the next thing that I love is these taillights are so amazing. They have this nice black going all the way around here with its red and then its light chrome reflective piece. And it just has such a great contrast to it, and it brings this sort of aggression to the car, which is really awesome. So now we also have a carbon fiber lip over here for the spoiler. And then check out these exhaust tips over here with our diffuser with our single fin right over here. So yeah, like I said earlier, this car's back end with its tail lights, the contrast, it just flows very nicely. So now coming around to the wheels, I love how these calipers have the F on it for the Lexus GSF. It looks super cool. The blue hints all around the vehicle, like I said earlier. And then also it's on this badging right over here. We got the F badge with this super aggressive side vent. I love this side vent. It brings another element of aggression. This also comes on the RCF, the two-door RCF Lexus that has the vents. So that's one way to differentiate it from the other GS models. And then also take a look at the caliper right over here. It has an F. You can't see it that well, so let me walk around to the other side of the car. So check out those headlights. Headlights look super amazing. They look fantastic. The lights on this vehicle, they really threw it out the park on this design with the lights. And then you got our carbon fiber going across here. And then over here, the wheel on the caliper, like I said earlier, it got the F logo. Looks great. So now I told you about how it has the F on the calipers, which looks really cool. Take a look at how massive these are. These are Brembo brakes equipped on here to make sure that this car matches its power and it's able to stop on a dime. So these brakes just look fantastic. They really did a good job with them. As you can see, they have the little slots in them too. All right, so I talked about the interior, but I only talked about the front seats. Now let's hop in the back seats. So right away, as I said earlier, with the front doors, you're also greeted with the Alcantara over here, with our blue stitching right over here, as you can see, and our carbon fiber trim just along here with our piano black wood over here. Then as you see, it's just so high quality. And then we even got the F logo on the back seat headrest, which is so awesome. So now you can see it's kind of aggressively set up, so you really like sit down in the seat that nice and low, which is awesome. And I have the front seat, it's all the way back because it has an easy exit feature, so when you turn off the car, it puts the seat all the way back. So even with it all the way back, check out how much legroom I have on the inside of this car. And then we also got our two slots like every racing seat has to show off the aggressiveness. Then coming over here, this nice leather strap, so you can pull this down right over here. You have an access compartment to the trunk right through there. And then you got this beautiful console right over here where you can store stuff inside of. And like I said earlier, everything is just draped in leather. It's all draped in leather and Alcantara. All right, so like I said earlier, I just turned the car on now, so now the seat is put in the seating position I was sitting in. And check out how much legroom I have. I can literally put my legs almost all the way straight out in such a high-powered sedan, and it's just so comfortable. It feels like I'm sitting in a luxury E-Class Mercedes. This car Lexus really knocked it out the park with, and I am genuinely impressed with how the feel is in this vehicle. So now let me talk about all those gauges and all the electronics in this vehicle. All right, so now you can see it a little bit better, the Lexus logo right down over here. And then come in the interior, look at that beautiful dash. So this is in our normal mode. You can use our toggle switch right over here. Put it in the eco mode. As you see, it'll display eco right over there. And then you have our eco mode where it doesn't show any of your revs on your tachometer. And then you can push it in for your normal mode. As you can see, normal mode already looks so aggressive. And then you can turn it to the right for your sport mode. So you can see I'll turn it back in sport. So you can see the animation. It says sport right over there. So that's how the sport mode looks. And then you can turn it to the right again for Sport Plus, and check out how Sport Plus looks. It kind of has a darker tone to it, and then it kind of gives like a blocky look down here as you rev the car up. It looks super aggressive. So now, as you can see, it says drive right down there with the Sport S, and then there's TVD, which you have right here. Your TVD button is your torque vectoring differential, which is in the back of the car, and it allows more slippage when you turn it into a more aggressive mode. So TVD right now is in standard mode. I can put it in the slalom mode, which is super awesome. And then I can turn it in our track mode too. And then we got our standard at last. So it's so cool how customizable you can make all the driving experience. And I'm not sure if I said this yet, but it revs up to 7,300 RPMs, which is awesome. It revs up so high, and the experience with naturally aspirated cars is unreal. So I could talk so much about how awesome the naturally aspirated experience is with the car and how instant the power delivery is and how linear the power delivery feels. But how about we just hop in the car and we go rip it around town? Let's go. All right guys, so we're out on the road now. So as you can see, we got this car in the normal mode at the moment, and we are going to slowly progress on different modes as we go along. The torque vectoring differential is on its standard mode too, and then we can slowly change it to the sport mode and the sport plus mode. All right, so this tack just feels, it's super cool to look at all your revs and how it's digital. It feels very special. So now we're gonna just flick a few downshifts, and we're gonna put it in the sport mode too. The car for a sedan feels very planted around corners. Obviously, it won't be anything like a track focused vehicle, but this car does feel so planted around these turns. So as you can see, the high beams automatically turn on, which is really cool. And this car really does have so much confidence around these turns. It brings a lot of confidence to the driver, and it being naturally aspirated doesn't really throw any curveballs at your face. All right, so now we're gonna turn it into, or actually we're gonna keep it in our sport mode, and then we're gonna flick a few downshifts. I do think the downshifts could be a little bit faster and snappier. All right guys, now for the quick correction. There's, like I said earlier, the manual mode. When you flick it over here, these shifts are so much faster, and I just now came across it. The shifts are extremely quick when you put it in the manual mode. So that's my mistake there. The car does shift pretty quickly. It's not that slow at all. So these brakes really do just stop on a dime, which is really awesome about the vehicle. And it corners so well, brings so much confidence to the driver as you're going around turns. All right, so now we're gonna put it in the Sport Plus mode. As you can see, Sport Plus changes up the tachometer, and the throttle response does seem quite a bit faster, I can already tell. Feels a lot more touchy. All right, so now we're gonna put our torque vectoring differential into, not a slalom, we'll put it into the track mode. We'll try it out. So this car is 4,000 pounds, but it honestly does not feel that heavy when you're going around turns. And this thing, like I said earlier, it stops so well and it turns so well. It's really just such a good overall balanced sedan. The balance in it is just so perfect. The amount of power with its suspension, with the way it feels, it just all works in harmony together to provide an amazing driving experience. So you can see it kick that downshift automatically. And when it's in that rev range, you just get that instant kick of power because it's naturally aspirated. So the pedal lag is near nothing, which is great. And I really do love these high beams, how they automatically turn on and they can detect when other cars are coming around. So it really does help the driver out, and it gives even more confidence to the driving experience. So now we're gonna pop this back into the normal mode. That was Sport Plus that you're just seeing right over there. So now we're back in the normal mode, and then take a look at the eco mode over here. You know, we'll pop it in the eco mode and chill. So yeah, now we're just chill driving in eco mode, and it's extremely comfortable. And another thing is, these shifts, you can't even feel the shifts. Some cars you can feel it when it shifts in the eco mode, but this car in eco mode, you can't even feel the shifts. They're so smooth. All right, so I hope every single one of you guys enjoyed today's YouTube video. Please subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon. It'll really help me out a lot. If you enjoyed it, drop a like. If you didn't like it, drop a dislike. All right, so I look forward to seeing every single one of you guys in the next video. And let me know if you have any questions down below in the comment section, and I'll try my best to reply to every single one of them. I look forward to seeing all of you guys in the next video.